And so I know what it's like. Actually, what's really cool about our entire client success team, there's a four of us. We've all worked for associations or nonprofits previously. So we all know what it's like. We've been there and then we work with our clients every day, always on Zoom. So that's why we're so comfortable being on camera all the time. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you, who you work with and what you do. Dwayne, you want to get us started?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Dwayne Aline. I'm actually currently work as a clinical assistant professor at the University of South Carolina. I'm currently board chair of a nonprofit organization, DMPs of Color. So, and I'm their social media chair. So I've been primarily working with their social media team. So we have a mutual friend that told us about Prop Fuel. So we're trying to find ways so we just switched the membership this past year. So we're trying to find ways to engage and retain our membership. So we're just trying to see how things work with this particular program. So glad to
Awesome.
be here.
Awesome. Thanks for joining. Is your association primarily volunteer led?
Yes, it's primary volunteer right now.
Yeah, that's totally fine. We have several clients like that too. And was it Jana by chance?
Yeah,
It
yes,
was,
it's
oh my God.
100. Yes,
Jana
it
was,
was.
yeah. I worked with Jana extensively. I love her so much. She's awesome. So I'm so glad you're here.
Good to be here.
All right, Kristen.
Hello, I'm Kristen. I work for Payroll Org, previously American Payroll Association. I've been with them for a little over 2 years, and I'm the marketing analyst. So I look at all of the numbers and look at membership very closely. And one of the things that we are trying to get is to get people to stay and renew every year. So we're very interested to see what all comes out of this. I've already been making notes on some stuff. So I'm excited to go back to our team and show them everything.
Excellent. Yeah, you'll definitely get the data behind everything. And that's what's really, really cool. All right. And is it Charlene?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Charlene Bowman, and I am the Director of Data Quality and Strategies at the Association of Governing Boards for Colleges and Universities. And I also um, am a data hunter. And I also kind of look for ways to streamline and automate as many processes for my team. Even though I'm data, we don't have an IT team. We're kind of blended in with the membership experience group. We're a subset of that. And so I also find ways to help them work more efficiently when it comes to member renewals. And right now, what I just saw with the campaign, we do manually. Um, they call and ask, hey, this is a friendly reminder. Are you going to renew? And it just seems to be a consumer of time because we have over 1,000 organizational members. So I'm just here to find some ways to make things easier for my team and also to do a deeper dive to try to get them to understand that this is not just another email because they don't understand, well, we email them. What's the difference with this?
Yeah.
So just trying to get them to understand that.
Exactly. I totally hear you. And I hear that from my clients all the time too. So thank you for sharing. I'm going to show you some really cool things too. And then Lisa's on our call. You'll probably see some Prop Fuel team members hopping in and out. Lisa's a part of our sales team. She's awesome. She'll probably be reaching out to you after the fact, or if you have any questions after the session ends, you can contact her, lisa@propfuel.com. Any of us truly are available at any time to help. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to share my screen here in a minute, but what you're going to do is log in to your Prop Fuel account. So we want to go ahead and get logged in and set up. While you are doing that, I want to show you a live campaign. And I want to show you, let's see here, what do I want to show? Share, and I may, let's see here. Let's do California. I'm gonna have to move around again. What I want to show you is their renewal campaign. It goes through laps. And this is a sequence. I can't remember how we have your campaign set up, but I want to show you this history tab here because this data is going to be a game changer for you because we're asking those questions. Are you planning to renew? And then all the way down here, did you know your membership lapsed? Look at here, 83%. I know it's a small amount, but most people said no, they had no idea. Even though they went through this campaign, you can see open rates, engagement rate. So engagement rate is percent of contacts that have answered at least one question. Their response rate, people who have actually engaged. So you're going to be able to see all of this data. You have all of these nice charts. You can export it as a PDF. We can do write backs to most AMSs. So if we need to write back a reason why they're not renewing, we could do that as well. So lots of different ways for you to manage your data. All right, I'm going to navigate over to my test platform here. And I want to make sure, is everybody logged in and seeing this insights page?
Megan, I don't know if I have an account because I'm attending from one of my coworkers who sent me the link.
Okay.
So I don't know how to get into all of that.
Oh, you're fine. Hang on. We should have you set up. What was the account name again? Or your company name?
Payroll org.
Yep, I got you set up. Let me just get you invited to it. What's your email address?
czito@payroll or payroll.org.
My Lord, payroll.org. All right, you should receive that invite in your inbox here shortly. It could end up in spam, so take a look there. Just take a moment, make sure you get logged in. And then over here on the left side of my screen, I just have sort of the task list of everything we're going to go through today. So if you ever get behind or get lost, you can come back to the task list, see where we're at. I'm going to talk through all of the steps, and this is recorded as well. But I'm going to go through basically all the steps you take to create a campaign from a blueprint and make edits, and then how to get it live. Kristen, did you get that email?
Not yet.
Can you go ahead and navigate in your browser to app.propfuel.com? And you'll see a login button somewhere on there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and log in and then click like a forgot password. And then put your email address in and see if that helps.
Okay. It says we can't find a user with that email address.
I love it.
I mean, I can just follow along and then report back to Eileen who has an account.
Oh, I put your email address in wrong. That's why. .org, right? .org.
Yes.
All right, that should work. You can try that password, forgot password again too.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, no problem. MS. All right. So when you log into PropFuel, you land on this insights page. As you can see, it's pretty empty right now for us because we don't have anything going on. But once we get campaigns rolling out, you see all this activity happening here. But what I want you to do is navigate over to campaigns in the blue left navigation. Go ahead and click that. Boom, boom. And then we're going to click the blue create new campaign button in the top right corner. All right. We have a couple of options here. We can create from Blueprint or create from scratch. We are going to create from Blueprint. So on our blueprints list, we're going to go to the very bottom here for the win back. And then if you scroll down a little bit, we have one especially for this workshop. It's the second one up from the bottom. It says Lapse Win Back Campaign Organizational Members Workshop Blueprint. I want you to go ahead and click that and there'll be a pop-up. All right, everybody got that pop-up? Perfect. All right. So at the top of our blueprint, we sort of explain a little bit about the blueprint. On other blueprints, it tells you like how many check-ins there are, how long it lasts. We usually always link our campaign guides in case you want to learn more about why we ask questions the way we do. But we need to fill out some information in here. So let's go ahead and fill this out. All of the fields are required. So take a moment. If you need to go to another web browser to get some links, go for it. But let's just go ahead and go through and add our campaign name. So let's do, and the campaign name is internal only, can be changed at any time. Numbers, let's do July. Sender's name. It's gonna have it come from me. If you don't have a person to send it from, it can come from the association. Client success manager. Reply to email. All right, and what we do with this data is we create email templates. We help edit some actions because we want to respond to people in a certain way. We want to give them that link to rejoin or link to take action. All right, anybody need a little bit more time? Okay, when you're ready, just click that green run button. And this campaign will start running. And you'll watch it go through a bunch of steps. We usually front load the way these campaigns run and generate with some AI content generation at the top of it. So it takes a minute to get through that, and then it breezes through the rest of the actions here. All right. You should see a pop-up. This pop-up is just a reminder that this campaign has AI generated content. And as we all know, AI can be a liar. So we want to review it, make sure it hasn't made up benefits or resources, that it's all true and accurate. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go through the entire campaign. You can go ahead and close that pop-up. And I want to talk about some components of this, this campaign, the way it's set up. So you'll see the name of the campaign at the top, and then underneath it, you have that draft button. While your campaign is in draft mode, nothing ever sends out. It's a nice little safeguard. I usually keep everything in draft mode until I know for sure it's approved and ready to send out. And then you see down below you're on the design tab, you see this date here. This date means nothing while we're in draft mode, but this is where you will schedule this to send out. So you would just click the little calendar button to select the date you want this to send out. And then we have our check-in question here. So everything revolves around a question. So we have to have a question before we can set up an email template or any of our actions. And then on this check-in question, the two most important buttons that you're going to need to access and be aware of are these two on the far right corner, the button with the right arrow in it and the gear icon. So the button with the right arrow is going to open up a slider window, and you see a snapshot of the question and then the actions below. So what happens when they click the different actions? So you can see our question here. Are you interested in rejoining? Yes. Possibly, not at this time. I'm not the right contact. So there's the question. Now, if you need to edit this question, you want to change the language, you don't want an exclamation point, you're just going to close this slider window. You can either click this button up here or just click anywhere outside of the slider window to close it. And you click this pencil icon on the check-in question. And here is where you can edit the question. Just going to click cancel. I'm going to leave mine as is. And then the gear icon is where we edit our template. So we edit the email template, the look and feel, and then also where we test it. We'll send ourselves a test email. We'll click through all the options and make sure everything is working the way we want it to work. Testing is key. That's where you find where things are broken, you've misspelled something, you have the wrong link somewhere. So we definitely always want to test before we send out. All right, before I move on, any questions? Okay, great. So the way we encourage our clients to edit these campaigns is to start with the actions, then work on the templates, and then send yourself a test email. It's kind of like 3 parts. Actions, templates, testing. So what we're all gonna do is we're gonna click this button with the right arrow in it. We're gonna open up our question and workflows slider, and we're gonna work our way top to bottom. So as you can see here, we have this workflow. We call it a workflow. We use workflow a lot. So if you get confused, it's okay. This is either a question workflow or an action workflow. And we're saying here, if they select the option of yes, we have these 2 actions happening: show text on landing page, and we're sending them an email. I want you to go ahead and click on the show text on landing page link. You're going to get a pop-up here. Everybody with me? Perfect. All right. So you can see here that here's some text. Most of it is AI generated. So we have a little intro. Again, the goal is to have a conversation and get data on the back end. So they said, yes, I want to renew. Great. That's wonderful news. Rejoining is easy. Now, if your org members can't rejoin or renew online, we might want to edit this. We might want to say, here's how to download your invoice. Give us a call to pay over the phone, or here's how you can submit an ACH payment. So this may be where you want to edit this content. We at least give you a foundation of a place to start rather than starting from scratch. So these bullets are AI generated. The account I'm using is a made-up association, so it really did a good job at just making up some nice member benefits. So you'll definitely want to review that. And then that rejoin link you used is hyperlinked here. And if you ever need to edit any links, you just click it one time. You get this black toolbar. You can click edit and update the link. Any questions on this action, like why we're doing this, or is everything... It makes better sense when you see it all put together, but lots of different ways to format it. Like if you want this heading centered, you could do that. You can even go into the code if you want to embed a video. Truly a template editor here. All right. When you have that one ready to go, we're going to click our send email action and we're going to review that one. So if they click yes, we want to make sure they have the information they need to renew. So we're immediately going to send them, it's a plain text email, kind of looks like you just sent it to them. You can change who it's from, but we're just like, hey, dropping this link into your inbox in case you need it. Feel free to reply to this email if you need further assistance. So it's just a nice little addition. I like to add this action on any time we really need action taken. Registration for events, renewals, where money's involved. Add this action to help them take that action. I also like to think of like, where are they when they're checking their email? Because they may be in a place where they can't cut a check. They can't pull out their credit card. So we want to make sure they at least have that information. All right. And then if everything is good to go here, we're just going to click this off toggle to turn it on. So if the workflow is turned off, it won't work. We have to turn it on to make sure it works. All right, then let's look at our possibly action. So we are going to show some text on a landing page. We're glad you're considering rejoining. Here's some high-level, high-value benefits we want to highlight. We hope this may encourage you to go ahead and take that action and renew online. We're kind of capturing their intent here with this question. Now, if you edited anything on the yes action, especially with the bullet points, you can always go back to that action, copy the bullet points, come over here, paste them in, just makes it a little bit easier to edit. All right. And then we have an action here to add a tag to the contact. So adding tags to the contact, this tag just lives in PropFuel. It's very helpful for creating lists in the future, especially if maybe we want to nurture these people in the future. So let's say we capture their intent now, and then a month from now, we want to go back to them. So we could create a list of people with these tags. We can also create a list of people, how they engage with the question. Tags are just easier. And then we can add them to a campaign. You can export the list. You can do different things with that list. I'm going to go ahead and toggle that on. All right. And then our next two actions are branching to other questions. So this one's going to get a little confusing, but if you hang on, it'll make more sense. All right. Are you guys ready for me to move on to the not at this time workflow? Cool. All right. So you see here on this action, we have a big long name, redirect to another question, the name of the campaign, and then at the end of it, there's this little pop-out button. I want you to click that pop-out button. It's going to open a new tab in your browser, and it takes you directly to this branch question. So they said, nope, not at this time. I don't want to renew. We are asking them, why is membership with us not a good fit? And then we have an open-ended. Please share any additional details. So if you click the pencil button, you can see here what it looks like. Edit any options if you need to. These are usually our standard responses, especially for trade. Budget is huge, unsure of the membership value, so they hadn't been engaged, so then we want to nurture that. But then down here where we have the follow-up question, this is where we add an open-ended option for no matter what they select. So we just want to have that there. You can always delete that if you don't want to collect open-ended feedback. Some clients just don't want that open-ended feedback. All right, if you click this right arrow button, we're going to open up our slider window and we have some more actions. So the way and the reason that we're doing this is if somebody says, I'm not renewing because of the budget, we want to customize our response to them. We want to tell them either member benefits, or if you have a grant program, or if you have payment programs or discounts, we want to customize that response to them. So on the workflow for budget concerns, if you go ahead and click show text on landing page, you'll see the response here. Again, most of this is AI generated, so you want to make sure it makes sense. And again, if you do have any programs to help them with the payments or have some really high value benefits you want to highlight, do that. Some clients have like steep discounts on a resource, if you remember, like a resource that their members use daily or often. But yeah. We're just leaving them on a high note. We know they probably aren't going to change their mind, but we at least want to make sure they see the value here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn that workflow on, and I'm going to go ahead and go down to the next one, unsure of membership value. Same. We just want to make sure that we hear you. We understand. We want to make sure you understand or have an awareness of what we offer. You could even link to like member benefits. You could link to your member benefits page. All right, I'm just going to move on to too many other initiatives. left the industry or are closing the business. This could be one where instead of just ending the conversation, we could ask them who would be the correct contact. It could also be something where we nurture separately. Does anybody want to ask who the correct contact would be? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Give me just a moment here. I think we already have the bones for this, so. All right. So Charlene, what I'm going to want you to do for this, we've left the industry or are closing the business. We're going to click add another action. We'll eventually delete this one here, but we're going to click add another action. We're then going to click redirect to another question.
Okay.
And then we select from our drop downs. Now we have 2 branch questions to select from. They're both named the exact same thing. That's a fault of ours. We need to update how these are named. Let me see if it's the top one. No, I want you to select the second one.
Okay.
So the bottom one. And then save that action.
Okay.
And what this one goes to is this branch question here. And you see it's kind of bare. We'll edit this here in a minute because this is connected elsewhere. So let's just hold on this for right now. But what you can do is go ahead and click this show text on landing page action and then delete it. And then
Okay.
toggle it on. All right. And then if they select something else, we're just doing a general response. And then if they type in anything, we're going to send an alert. So you can click send alert and you can select from the dropdown of who you want the alert to send to. Now, if you want this alert to go to membership at or an email address you want to type in, just delete this send alert action. Click add action, and then we'll do this send alert action. And then you could type in like membership at, that's not a real email address, but you can at least type it in, hit enter, and it'll put that email address in there. We're always making improvements to the platform. So we had an internal alert, external alert, and now we just combined it and it's one alert. So that's how we would do that. All right. And then on this alert, you can edit the subject line. I recommend keeping prop fuel alert in there because you can always set up a rule or a folder based off of this trigger here. And then the email body text, you don't need to include anything in this. The email alert that sends to you to alert you of what they said automatically includes their name, their email address, the question that was asked, and how they responded. So you can just save it as is. All right. Okay, does anyone need more time to work through these actions? Okay, so what I want you to do is just close this tab. Most likely you'll be taken back to the main campaign we were working on, and we're just going to toggle that action on, or if they say not at this time. All right, next one we're going to work on is they said they're not the right contact. So we have this branch question again. We're going to click this little pop-out button here, and it'll take us directly to this branch question. All right, so you see here, it's like a survey, it's like a form, full name, title, email, phone number. But what I want you to do here is I want you to click this gear icon in the top right corner, and then I want you to click templates. All right, you see we have one custom template here. I want you to click this edit button. All right, so you can see here, the question is going to be dynamically displayed here on this page. All the options will be white until they select one. Mine's pink. I don't know why. And then we have a submit button. But you see up here at the top, thanks for letting us know. Please share with us a better contact within your organization. So Charlene, for yours, I think you should edit this language to say, be more general. So instead of within your organization, maybe it's please share with us a better contact to reach out to. If you have any edits there, make those and then just save your template. And then close that pop-up. All right, so we have stack. What we did here is we stack questions on top of each other. So if you wanted to add something else, you can click add question. And then you can see over here, oh, actually you see here the type of field or question it is. This one, we're validating that it's an email address. So it has like the @ symbol. I don't know how it works. I'm just making that up. And then a phone number. And then we only have one workflow set up here. And so it's if they put in a full name, or enter a name in and submit this form. We're going to just thank you for providing this updated information. You can add in anything else here. We will contact soon and remove you from our mailing list. I don't know. And then we have an alert. So we'll send an alert. We'll select who we want that alert to go to. And you can see here, we have some more information in here. So if you set this live, it helps you find this information. And then turn that on. All right, anybody need more time on this one? All right, we'll go ahead and close this. We'll go ahead and turn that workflow on. And then we're going to close this slider window. And again, you can click anywhere outside of the slider or up here to close it. All right, now we're going to work on our templates. So we're going to click the gear icon in the top right corner. We're going to click templates. And we are going to edit our email template. So we'll click that edit button. And you see we have a template editor, email template editor, basically. So what we have here is our message. Your membership has lapsed. We understand that you've been busy and may have missed our renewal messages. If this is not how you speak to your members, edit it. Make it how you speak. It doesn't have to be informal. It can still be formal, but we want it to be concise. And we're just letting them know there's still time to reinstate or renew, whatever language that you use. This is a placeholder for the question. So when we send ourselves a test email, you will see this dynamically displayed. This placeholder is just for you to edit the colors, the size of the text, if it's bold or not. And then we have down here the signature line. And then this email template editor, you can add different content blocks. So let's say if we wanted to add like a headshot with a signature line, we could add that content block in, put in a headshot. So it truly is like a robust template editor, and we can really customize this. And then over here on the right side is just our template settings. So we can change who the email is from, the reply to email address. So the reply to could be membership at, but it says it's coming from you. And then the subject line. So in the subject line, we could, probably not for this instance, but we could put their first name into the subject line. We could put their organization name with our personalization token. So when we upload a list for you to send this out, we could put in their organization, like map that field, and then pull that in anywhere in here. We could say your membership. Instead of saying your membership, we could say org names membership. And to add in a personalization token in the body of the template, we would just say your membership. Let's see here. Just put your cursor where you want it. And then up in our toolbar, it's the SN brackets, and you'll just grab that personalization token. So organizations, membership has lapsed. All right, any questions about this email template? Okay, great. After you've made all your edits, just go ahead and save that template. And then we're just going to close this pop-up. All right, now what I want you to do is I want you to click the gear icon and click send test email. It's going to automatically pull your email address in there. If you want to add any additional email addresses, you just do a comma, space, and then the other email addresses. Go ahead and click that send button and you should receive that in your inbox shortly. All right, so this is what mine looks like. Look, it pulled in Prop Fuels. So it pulled in that organization name there, mine. Yours might be blank if you put in your org name. Have you all received that test email? Perfect. All right. So what you can do is you can click through the options. We want to see how our actions work. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes. Hang on. So I'm clicking yes, I would like to rejoin. That's wonderful news. So here's that page and that link. And then let me show you when it comes in. There we go. Here is what the plain text email looks like. Truly, it looks like a plain text email. It looks like you took the time to say thanks for letting us know. All right. Now, if you see like, oh, I need to edit this, or this is misspelled, or this link isn't correct, you can come back over here. We're going to click this right arrow button and we can make these edits. So let's say I want to change this header. I don't like this wonderful news. Great. I can save this action. I'm just going to refresh this. Oh, it updated. All right. And then just go through the rest of the options. We'll click possibly. I'm going to click I'm not the right contact. All right, so here we see. Thanks for letting us know. I can do, I'm going to do Lisa. Oh, let's see here. I have to put in a phone number because it's going to validate it. So I put in a 555 number like a television show. All right, I've submitted that. Thank you for providing that. And then
I have a question, Megan. So you said something about validating the phone number. Does it validate the email address as well that people may try to put in there?
yeah, let me show you again. So it's not going to be able to validate if it's an active email address, but I'll show you here. Like if I just put test in there and try to submit, it's going to say, please enter a valid email address. It'll do the same for the phone number one too. If that one is, let's see, test that, propfuel.com. Yeah, and it says, please enter a valid phone number.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to show you this alert that came in. So because I filled out that form of the new contact, this is how it comes in. Kind of comes in red and a little bit scary, but it's not, I promise. And you can see here, we're just reminding you, if you reply, it's going to come to us because the reply to is support@propfuel.com. But then you can see here, the member has indicated this information, and then you can click view contact and PropFuel. So this way, so right now you're only seeing that I said Lisa, but if I click view contact and PropFuel, hang on, right there. This is my record. You can see that I put in, it overrode it. It's right here. Lisa's information. Fake information. All right. Anybody need to make some edits? Any other questions? All right, I want to talk through some more components of the campaign itself. So we have these tabs at the top. We're in the design tab where we're creating the check-in. History is going to be where the history of the campaign is, so the data. Our test data will be in here until we go live. So you'll see all of the responses come in, plus any branch question responses. Over here on our enrolled contacts, this is where we will upload our contacts. So you'll need a CSV file. You'll need at least email address. If we added any other personalization tokens in there, you'll want organization, maybe first name. If you want to really like put their first name in the email, you could do that. But to upload the contacts, it's again a CSV file. You click upload contacts, you select the file, and then you map the fields. Just going to go back. And then once they're imported, you'll see all their names. Everybody has like a little mini PropFuel profile created for them. And then we have our settings tab here. So this is where like the full campaign settings are. So you can edit the name of the campaign if you ever need to. You can add notes. This is internal notes. So like maybe if you have several check-ins, you like make some notes about the cadence or still need to add content for this action. And then you can also add tags. So tags can help you, excuse me, organize your campaign. So maybe you tag it with like Lops Winbacks or your name, truly up to you. All of this is completely customizable. Then we have templates. These are campaign default templates. So if we did not edit our templates in the check-in question, it would default to these, but we wanted to customize them. So we customize them at that check-in question. And then we have send times and reminders. So for this type of campaign, we don't have any reminders set. Usually for our clients, we do recommend reminders. And the reason we have them turned off for this campaign is because you guys don't have an integration set up. So it's hard to manually remove people who do take action, or you know what I mean. So usually if there is money involved, we really want them to take action. We do a shorter delay reminder, and a reminder is where the email is sent one additional time to anybody who did not engage. So 2 days later, if money's involved, a week later, if it's like we want to update their job title, but there's a different cadence here that we can do. I'm just going to turn these off. And then we have suppression lists, conversion lists. So when we're connected to an AMS, we could create a list of people who have renewed or rejoined, add them as a suppression. So it's truly hands off. Any future sends, people are suppressed if they've already taken action. Conversion list, this helps with our data, like our historical data, so we can show people who took action. This would be best if you do have an AMS connected. If you want to learn more about that, connect with Lisa. I can actually show you guys an example if you want to see what it looks like with a conversion list applied. And then we have some handy tools and then ability to manage your campaign here. So we can always copy the campaign, delete test check-ins. So if you want to clear out all of your test check-ins, you can delete test check-ins. You can remove all contacts. I've had to use the remove all contacts button. If I've uploaded the wrong list, you just remove all the contacts, ends the campaign, kills it. And then archiving the campaign. You always have access to your campaigns within PropFuel. Archiving it just hides it from your main view. All right, any questions about this? All right, cool. I'm going to show you what that conversion list looks like. So ACHCA, I added a conversion list on their renewal campaign. And this campaign type is different than what we're doing. This one is a true like drip campaign. So people are enrolled when they hit a certain like parameters in their AMS. So it's completely automated and then they go through this sequence. But on our history tab here, we have added in this conversion list. So this is a list of people who have renewed and the estimated value of their renewals. So you can see, we can try to pinpoint if the action was taken from a PropFuel check-in here. And then you can also see, this is a really cool engagement rate. So almost half of everybody in the campaign has engaged with at least one check-in. And again, everybody's at different stages in the campaign. So this is it's a moving target. But I just want to show you what that looks like. Any questions? Cool. All right, let's see here. All right, anybody planning to actually send this check-in? Are you unsure?
I may review it and fine tune it, and that's what I was going to ask. Can we really send this?
Yes, and you should. You should. You could even do like 100 people. You could do a small segment.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys have access to send this out, and that's where you're really going to see the value is when you send it.
I think this may win over my team.
I may test send it to my exec board and see what they think, because that's what I have to send it to my executive board.
Yeah.
So I may add them and say, okay, try this out. This is what we're using.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's why we have had, we had a client who was in my group for our first workshop with folks just like you. They were a trade association and they brought back they were so shocked and they became a client. So it was awesome. I highly recommend, even if it's just a small group of people just to try it out, definitely do it. So the way that this email came into you, it probably came from support@propfuel.com. So it might say like your name via PropFuel as the from. If you want to make it come from your domain, so it's coming from your true email address, we can help you get that set up. If that is something you want to do, I can start that process with you. Basically, what we're going to do is navigate over here in this blue left navigation. We're going to go to settings. We're going to go to advanced, and then we're going to go to domain. So it's the fourth one down. We'll click view/edit. And then we will add your domain. You'll just click the add domain button and put in your domain. Don't put in like www or HTTPS, just literally put in like the domain and then submit. And then you'll see it as unauthenticated. You'll click the authentication button and then scroll all the way down to the bottom. I know it's a little confusing, but down here at the bottom is what you either send to your IT team, or if you manage your domain, this is what you need to update. So you're going to add 3 CNAME records in your DNS settings. I promise it's not as scary as it sounds, but basically you put in this, it points to this. You add 3 of those. You send us a note, let us know once those are set up, we can then verify the records, and then it goes from unauthenticated to authenticated, and emails from here will send as your domain. And we do have some help documentation on this. So if you aren't sure, I actually had to pull this up earlier today for someone. I'm going to drop this link into the chat in case you need it. But down here at the bottom, we have some more information on the DNS providers and how you update those or create those CNAME records.
So we need to reach out to our IT team, and do we send them a copy of what's in this box?
Yes. So you see there's a button there that says copy. Just copy it and then paste it into that email.
Okay, will do.
Yeah. And then if you want to, like I said earlier, uploading the contacts, you just go into the campaign, into the enrolled contacts, and upload those contacts. Now, if when you ever connect to an AMS or an email marketing platform, you'll have a button in between these two that says workflows. That's where that extra workflow label comes in. That's where we can do our contact workflow. So we can then connect to your database, your AMS, and say, okay, we want this member type, expiration date within the next 60 days, and truly automate that. And then you guys have access to PropFuel. I believe it's a couple weeks, Lisa. Is it a month? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's 30 days.
Excellent. So play around. If you guys want to run other blueprints, go for it. Campaigns, create new campaign. We have all of these blueprints over here. You know, renewals, onboarding. I mean, if you even just want to see what it looks like, run it. Some of them have a lot of fields you have to fill out. So that's probably takes the most time. It's just dedicating like a solid 15 minutes to get all of these links together. But even events, so call for abstracts, post event satisfaction. This one would be a fun one to run. It's just a quick little satisfaction, basically a survey. But then let's say event and conference registration. This is a great way to drive action, finding out, are you planning to attend? So feel free to poke around, run different campaigns. Yeah, you guys have full access to the platform. What else? What else? We're like done a little bit early, I think. Lisa, anything I missed?
No, that was great, Megan.
Thanks. Yeah, so blueprints, we rolled these out last year. I want to say like August of last year. Really? Almost a year. Before that, we had to create everything from scratch. So you know how when we click that run button and it went through all those steps and we had that like green little progress bar going on, we would have to like physically type in the question we we're asking and all the options. So we've come a long way. We're always improving the platform, and that's really what sets us apart and is awesome. The history tab that I just showed you and the campaigns, that was just revamped within the last couple of weeks. So yeah, we're always making improvements and always collaborating and listening to our clients on what they need and how we can serve them. Coming from working in an association, I know how it can suck working with other vendors. We don't suck, I promise that. I love my job. Lisa loves her job. And so we love connecting with you and making sure you guys have the most successful campaigns. And that's like, I wouldn't still be here if I wasn't seeing the success every single day of clients being wowed over how just this simple change in communicating gets people to take action. So yeah. If you guys have any questions after the fact, Lisa is available. I'm available. My email is just megan@propfuel.com. Happy to help. Happy to review anything before you send it out. Yeah, definitely test it. Dwayne?
I have a quick question. So if we did it, we would be able to get somebody to support if we need help, like an on-site person that we can directly reach.
Yeah, not on site, but yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want us to go. But yeah, we are hands-on. Onboarding is hands-on. Like the way PropFuel works is we don't hand you to a ticketing system. You have a dedicated client success.
That's what I meant.
Even as a prospect, even as somebody in this trial, we're here for you.
Okay.
We are
And
here
do you
for you.
guys work? Because we have a unique. Because we work with a social media team, so that's what we kind of. Because we used to do. We used to be hands-on with switching because we're so busy. So we kind of told them about you guys. So you guys work with other. Because we just developed one. We're just testing them out right now. But you guys work with those because they're the ones that we working with you, kind of.
Yeah.
Get things going. Okay.
Yeah, we can connect with whoever is on your team. I haven't heard of them before, but we've worked with other vendors in collaboration with the association too.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Any other questions? Anything else I can help you with? All right, cool. I'll get you some time back in your day. Again, it was so lovely meeting you all. I hope I see you again, either at a workshop, a webinar, or even as a new client someday. Definitely encourage you to send this out, even if it's a small group, just to get some data back. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Awesome. Well, have a great day. I'll stick around in case there's any questions. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thanks,
day.
everyone.
Bye.
You too. Thanks.